All right. Good morning. Welcome to our team training. Obviously, it feels like I haven't really seen everybody because I've only been in Florida for a few days, but it just feels weird. And I think because of the holidays, everybody is kind of like all over the place right now because life is really busy with the holidays and just everything that everybody has going on. But obviously, like I've been talking about this last month, like I don't want us to fall off track with the holidays and the end of the year because it's very, very, very easy to do. So, and myself included, especially with being in Florida, like I kind of feel like, I'll have all this extra time because I'm technically on vacation, but it's like I still have four kids that are hungry all the time and getting in and out of pools and things and travel and it's I have to try to stay on my A game. Plus, we got here and Castle got sick and then I had a migraine for almost 2 days. And so, anyways, we're back on track. And so it's easy to fall off of track, though, especially when you take a few days off of your business. It's hard to then get going again and pick up your business. And so, that is really what I just want to like keep this focused on is like with the end of the year, it's just we have so much opportunity right now, especially with these meals coming. I hope that that is something that you guys are all excited about because I think there is such a huge opportunity. So like last night, Rock and I don't know if any of you guys is anybody ever done any meal service at all before? I personally have never, but we were looking at HelloFresh last night, just to kind of try to see like a cost comparison and to see like what people are paying for that because I know Rock was saying that quite a few people that he knows at his work that they do meal service. And so people do actually use these services probably more than we even know, to be honest. I remember driving somewhere in Marshfield and seeing somebody's, it was either HelloFresh or Blue Apron on their doorstep. And so we live in a very fast and microwavable society. Obviously, Tammy, especially more than anything, can probably attest to that now working at a convenience store and at Quick Trip because I know so many people stop at Quick Trip for like food. And while that's great, and Quick Trip actually does have some pretty decent food in their warm section, but I mean, no offense to anybody here, but like obviously it's probably not the best food for us, just like McDonald's isn't the best for us, right? So, we are going to have such an incredible opportunity because not only like if we're taking these meals into our workplace and people can see them, people can smell them while we're eating them. But obviously, you
Mhm.
know, just the fact that like we basically are going to get paid to eat. So like I'm not sure about you, Carolyn, if does your husband have a Thrive account?
Yes,
Okay. So do you order your products underneath of him?
I wish I could. I tried it. It won't let me due to the fact of it's the same credit or same debit card that I used to order mine.
Really?
Yeah, it won't let me. I tried it and it said something about this card is already being used.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Huh. That's
because
really
we don't have a
interesting.
joint checking. So,
But I would message support on that. To be honest,
okay.
just this is a side squirrel moment.
No,
Hey,
no, because
you guys have
even
business
Angel
squirrel
mentioned it.
because like I always kind of suggest that like spouses like you order underneath of your spouse's account because then that can if he's a customer that can count as a referral for you, number one, and number two, then you're going to get paid commissions on his orders.
Right. Yeah, I'll
So
do that today.
yeah, and so message support and just say, hey, this is, um, well, or you can message support from your account, or you can just log right into his account and just pretend to be him and just
Okay.
say, hi, like, I'm trying to place an order and my wife is a promoter, but it's not allowing me to add my credit card, but we have a joint checking. What can I do? You know, and just see if you can get that resolved because I don't know if Tammy is in a moment to talk or not, but I mean, I know that she, her husband thrives, and I think she orders under Andy, right?
Yeah, we have the same card on our both of our accounts and it works just fine. It's just we have two different emails that we use. We don't use the same email address,
Yeah.
Oh,
but we do use the same credit card account. It's just our debit card.
yeah. See, Craig and I have separate checkings, so will that make a difference or not?
Well, I mean, can you use his checking account to place the order?
No. His money's his money, my money's my money.
Oh, so
So
you were trying to use your credit card underneath of him.
yeah. But my son thrives. Well, he has to pause for a little while, but Angels also suggested to go underneath my son and just transfer money into his account and have him keep ordering.
And
So,
and that could be another way too. And
yep.
and the reason I bring this up is just because obviously, so like I ordered the $500 bundle this week, right? So, but I mean, I placed it under Rock's account because like I want to get paid commissions on that order just because if I'm going to place an order, it only makes sense to place it under him. So then that always gives me an additional discount, technically, because if you're getting paid commission on it, then you're not having to pay full price. So I always just want to make sure that you guys are getting the most value and, being able to get the most discounts out of our orders. So in that case, if we're ordering our meals, you know, we can get paid to eat. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because if we're getting paid commissions on those meals, then, that also decreases the sorry, my capsules clearly haven't fully kicked in. It's decreasing, that amount that we're going to have to pay if we're getting paid commissions on it. So it's just something to think about.
Yep.
And just, trying to get the most value out of it. Especially, you know, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. If you're a thriving family, you want to make sure that you can get the most value out of it. And but there is still a possibility that you could still message support underneath of his account and just say like, hey, like we have a joint account, like, and it won't let me you know use this credit card. Is there anything we can do? And if the worst thing they say is no, well then okay, it's no, but at least you asked. And if you can get that resolved, then that would be another great option for you. So but yeah, so side note, but that's just something
So
to
I've been thinking about doing that too. So,
yeah, so I would just maybe message them and see if there's anything you can do about that. So but you guys, this is going to be great. Moving into 2024. Um, we have the meals. Obviously now Ultimate Thriver has launched, but if you guys really think about this, I know, Tammy, I'm so excited because I'm excited because like probably the worst part, like, okay, they always say abs are made in the kitchen. And it's because it's so true. Like they say like 20% is working out and like 80% is how you eat. And clearly I work out quite a bit, but that's where I fall short is like how I eat. I eat convenience food, or I don't eat all day and then like I binge at supper because, life is just busy, and then
Okay.
eat all the garbage at night. And, I do not have a very good and consistent diet. And so for me, these meals are going to come in great. But not only that, but because of Ultimate Thriver, if I start cleaning up how I'm eating with incorporating, even if it's just a few of these meals, like that is going to make a huge, huge difference for me. And I've been watching a lot of people that have gotten these meals, and like Lindsay Coggins, she was eating the carnitas yesterday. I seen people love the spaghetti and meatball one. The steak is supposedly like so, so, so good. Now, I'm more of a steak person where I like to have my steak medium, you know, or even medium rare. And this is obviously not that, but they still mentioned that it was like the best tasting meat they've ever had, and that it was so moist. And I know not everybody likes that word, but still, it's just good to know that like it's not coming dry, like dry and tough. Um, but the thing is that we have Ultimate Thriver coming, and then obviously we already have amazing products. And if this is something that we're struggling in that department with our meals, like I am, I'm going to be able to incorporate these meals and actually get my diet on track. And, imagine combined with our meals now with our vitamins, like how much people are going to be able to take their wellness to that next level. And you guys, this is huge because now we've just turned into a multifaceted company, because even if you don't want our vitamins, we have meals. And I don't believe it's going to stop there. I don't want to make projections, you guys, but Rock is like, it's the detective in him. So they just announced that Jason whatever is the new vice president of whatever. Not gonna lie, I was a little annoyed because if you guys watch that 3-hour training, he is like so dry, and I was not a fan of him. I'm just being honest. And I also couldn't get past his hair. His hair was just so crazy. Also hairstylist in me. But whatever. So, and guys, I was judging a book by its cover. I'm just full confession here. So, anyways, they just announced that he's the VP of whatever he is. Well, Rack completely investigated this guy and he found him on LinkedIn and found all of his work history. And Rack wanted to know, like, okay, who is this guy and how is he going to benefit us and Lavelle? Well, you guys, like, so he was a part of many, many, many companies, but like the one company he was the president of, and it was another health and wellness company, and they sold like collagen and oh gosh, what was the other thing? I can't remember, but obviously it doesn't fully matter. But the thing that he helped create within that company was like some kind of like Visa rewards card or something, and it was like um essentially like kind of like a credit card for the company. But when you would spend money, like when you would use that card for that to buy that company's stuff, you would get points. So it's like a point system like other credit cards. And then like you could turn around and you could keep the points, or you could invest it like into crypto and other investment opportunities. Like it was just like this crazy thing. And but my husband, being that he is this is very forward thinking, you guys, so I'm going to scroll out on you guys for a minute. Rock being in the detective bureau, he is specializing in fraud and white collar crimes, and he's doing like so many like crypto like investigations and just different things like that. And he's going to go and get certified in crypto. And, I'll be real honest, when it first all came out, Rex, like, I don't know, it's just like fake money and blah, 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 and all this different stuff. But obviously, being in the bureau and the more and more he's doing with it, the more he's seeing with it, he's now kind of going, gosh, I kind of wish I maybe would have invested years ago when it first came out. But like anything, it's never too late. But he's like, the point is that like our world is moving very digital and a lot of things are changing. But this guy clearly that they just hired, he's very forward thinking. And he is very much on like the promoter side to try to figure out, or I mean, he's very like he is very interested in providing kind of the best for like promoters and very forward thinking and like the best benefits you could call it for us. So my point in sharing all of this, you guys, is that this guy has a pretty hefty like work history, and he's been involved in a lot of different stuff. So my point is though, is every time we bring something in, someone new in like this, they always all have new ideas. And this is always going to help us to bring our company forward in different, new, trendy, attractive ways that are also going to be able to attract new people to our business and also just make things for us and our benefit plans obviously that much better. Now, do I know what they're going to do? No. But the thing is that I do believe that this is just like, so whenever they launch something like this, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. But 9 times out of 10, you guys, like this is actually kind of the smaller thing, even though this feels huge. So when we were in Cabo, Jason had talked about that there was a lot of companies inquiring with him that were failing. And he was in the process of purchasing these different companies to improve our catalog. And the benefit to him is just like he mentioned, we're debt free. And so I can absorb these companies, get them on their feet, and make our catalog that much bigger. And for some of this stuff, it's not as much overhead for me because we do so well with our vitamins because we're so established. So you guys, like, I have a feeling that like this is not where this ends. Like he said companies, like multiple companies. So the thing is that we've just now acquired this food company and meal service, and now but yet doing it better so that it's not a sodium bomb and that it's not frozen and all of that kind of stuff, and the free shipping with the subscription. That's also huge, you guys, because that's not gonna jack people's prices up even more, so that's also super great. But the thing is that I do believe that there is so much more that is coming for us. And that is where I just really want to make sure that like coming into the new year, that we really have our focus like on straight, that we are just like really forward thinking. We're making sure that our businesses are on, and that I hope you guys are excited because I am so excited. Like with Ultimate Thriver, I was getting nervous, you guys. I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, how are we not having Ultimate Thriver? Like, they've done
Too.
this every year. Like, that's huge motivation for all of us.
Yeah.
And for me, during like a crappy time of the year, that like keeps me super focused and keeps me in the gym and like gives me something to work towards. So I'm so thankful that we have that. And so I don't know. I just feel like you guys, this last week, it's like all of a sudden it's been roll out, roll out, roll out. And it's like, oh my gosh, like what is happening? And for a while there, it was kind of really quiet. And I was like, oh, what is happening? And it's like, it was like the calm before the storm almost. And so now all this stuff is coming, and so I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys also seen Tiffany had launched the retreat, and I hope you guys are going to participate in that. I think I'm going to be going live with her today to talk about that. It ended up turning in, I'm very honored with everybody that she has in her team. She actually ended up reaching out to me, guys, asking if I would like help her kind of run this thing. Like, she's like, Heather, like, you have had the most engaged team in the last year plus, and your team is already doing the things that I'm basically going to be asking. Obviously, you guys seen the bingo board. And she's like, you guys are already doing all these things. You have already been training your team. She sent me the bingo board and wanted to see like if I what I thought of it and if we needed to tweak anything. And then in 3 weeks, the next bingo board, she hasn't even created it yet because we're going to see how it goes for these 3 weeks and how people are doing and if they're struggling or if we need to tweak anything or add anything or whatever. We're just going to kind of take it from here and see how things go. And then there'll be another bingo board. And what I love about it that she's doing is for the qualification aspect is that first of all, it's 2 different bingo boards, so everybody will, you know, have that fair chance to like if life happens or whatever happens, you'll still have another opportunity. But also that I don't know if she announced this, you guys, so keep it here, but not that you talk to a ton of people probably from her team, but still, I have the inside, so I can't remember what she's all told everybody in the team page or not. So if she hasn't told it, I'm telling you guys, so just keep this here. But basically what's gonna happen is that you know, there's gonna be the top people that get the top points. They're automatically gonna get into the retreat. But then everybody else who has participated, there'll be a minimum point system that you have to be qualified, which isn't honestly a ton. She's wanting people to participate. And I've told you guys this before, because it's just she's having a really hard time getting the team to engage, getting the team to do IPAs, getting the team to honestly just be excited and interested in their business. And so this is her way of trying to get people on track and back on board again. But those people, even with those minimum requirements, are basically just going to go into like a drawing. And so it's not like you're going to be eliminated out. And then after that point, then it's just going to be the luck of the draw. But if there's not a ton of participation, then you're automatically, I mean, truthfully, guys, I like had to tell Tiff, I was like, let's think positive. Because she's like, well, hopefully, because there'll be after the people that get the highest points and all that kind of stuff get in, there'll be 8 other spots. And then she goes, and hopefully we'll have 8 people that participate. She goes, well, I mean, I know with your team, hopefully we will, but you know, I just hope that, you know, they'll want to participate as well. And I'm like, well, of course. She's like, I just need your help to hype everybody up for this because I just really want to do something for our team. And so, I'm excited, guys. I hope that you guys are too. That'll just be another opportunity to be a part of like, you know, something that like most of us have probably never ever done. I remember getting invited to Tiffany's leadership retreat. Actually, I was pregnant. It was the end of 2020. And I was expecting, and when she invited me, nobody had known I hadn't announced it yet. And so I had to let her know. I was like, I would love to come, but actually I am pregnant. Like, is that okay? And she's like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't it be okay? But I was just like, well, I don't know, you know. And that was my first time, you guys, ever coming to Florida. Like, I had never been to Florida before, and I wouldn't even be here in Cape Coral today, probably had that experience not happened. And so, again, though, that experience got me to dream bigger and to think about the life that I wanted to create. So, these opportunities, you guys, are just opportunities to let us do things that we've never done before. And so And she wanted to do it within driving distance so that it wouldn't have to be anything that anybody would have to buy a plane ticket for or anything like that. So, I mean, she really put a lot of thought into it. So, I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be another thing that's going to keep us on track through the holidays and then also into January too. So that's another thing to be looking forward to. Um, let's see. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything else. And then I'm probably gonna do like a poll with you guys to see like what your thoughts are, like moving forward with Power Morning. I know that not everybody can always get on due to work schedules, but I know that, in some cases, some can, and they're just not. And and the point is you guys, like, again, I've said this before, like, I will continue to show up as long as our team is showing up. But there's been moments in this last month, if I'm being completely transparent, that people are not showing up and I'm on with one person every single day. And I'm thankful for that one person, don't get me wrong. But again, it's just like if this is something that people aren't valuing, then I'm not going to commit my time to it because again, I say this with love, but I'm going to work my business whether people are here or not.
Exactly.
But I don't have to set my alarm and be up at 5:30 every day to pour into our team if nobody else is going to make that commitment with me. And again, and I know like a lot of you that are on here have work schedules. And so it's not targeted at any one person specifically. But again, this is where we have to make that decision and that commitment of, are we going to make this a priority or not? Because if people aren't going to make it a priority, then it's just going to fall by the wayside. The thing that I am paranoid about is not doing Power Mornings, because then once we stop doing it, then we lose that community and we lose that connection. And already this week, with it being wonky, I mean, I had a migraine for like almost 2 days. You guys, I didn't get out of bed yesterday till 10 o'clock. And even then I was still struggling, but I was like, it is Florida and it's
Heather,
vacation.
I think it's just something in the air because I've been struggling with migraines
Oh,
this
it's
whole
been
week too. It
terrible.
could be the screaming kid at work too that that
Yes.
probably progresses it. But
Yes,
thank
absolutely.
God I want January 2nd. So there we go. I can
Mhm. Yeah.
sit
Well, and I
back
mean, even
and
when we got here, I mean, Castle was literally, it was like she was fine on the flight, everything was fine. And then in the car, she kind of got a little whimpery, but I'm just like, overtired. It's, we were up at, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever. By the time we got to the house, I mean, she was like bawling because her head hurt so bad. And she had a horrible headache. And then she did have a fever. And literally, you guys, I gave her Tylenol and praise Jesus. I kid you not. Like, she was still crying even after the Tylenol, like an hour later. And I ended up going on her and just laying hands on her and I prayed over her. And I literally think within 20 to 30 minutes, it was gone. And I was like, I literally was like, I think you were just healed, Castle, because it was like a switch. And then she was like running around after that. Like she was literally crying for like 2 hours straight and nothing was working. And so she's like, Mom, I prayed twice too. She's like, I think Jesus healed me. And I was like, we're going to go with that, girlfriend. But so anyways, though, you guys, my point is though, is like, I missed yesterday and it's like, even myself, I feel off, like not being here. But again, we just need to really consider if people are going to commit or not, because, it does get a little bit frustrating for me, feeling like I show up no matter what. Like, I mean, yesterday I canceled because I had a migraine, but literally, you guys, through cancer, through everything, like I have been here every single day for almost 2 years and I never miss because I don't make excuses. if I am available and it's in my calendar and that's my commitment, I am here no matter what. And so moving into 2024, that's really what I would ask from our team, is that we're committed. If we're going to be here and if we're going to work this business and if we're, we're going to move forward together as a community and a team, I need that commitment from our team as well. So that's just something that's on my heart, and you guys know I'm super honest and super transparent. Do you have something to say, Tammy?
I do.
Yeah.
I know you're not calling me out. I get that because of my work schedule.
Yeah, of
But
course.
let me tell you, the days that I don't get to be on here, I can tell a difference because I've missed birthday messages. But when we're on the power mornings, we have that routine, and I try to stick to it on my days when I don't, or when I do have to work. But yesterday I sat down, I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't done birthday messages in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I'm not here, I do appreciate it because it does help
Yeah.
keep everything on track.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's just us here, and I know it's recorded, but I need some of your good vibes today. I'm going for a new job interview today.
What?
As much as I'm liking Quick Trip, I actually have an interview this afternoon for Wisconsin Public Service.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's higher pay, and if I read everything correctly, Monday through Friday, no nights, no weekends, no holidays. And so if I
No.
can get into that, let me tell you, that will definitely help as well. So I'm super excited. And I got a new customer last night. Ooh, I'm like
Oh
pumped
my
this morning. So
gosh.
I know. So
Fantastic. Okay, so I have to tell you this, Tammy, because I just like it kind of like I am totally going to be praying for you for sure, because here's the thing. I had this like, I don't know, this thing hit me like in the last week or so, and I was like, I don't know if Tammy really likes her job. I'm just like, I just have this feeling like there's just too much inconsistency, and I can just tell she's struggling with the hours. And I'm like, oh man. And like, it was just like so heavy on my heart. And I was just like, I hope she's okay. And I want you guys to know, like, I think about you guys all the time. And if you don't know this about me already, like, I am a huge prayer warrior. And when you guys are on my heart, I'm praying for you guys. I hope you know that this isn't just like you guys are more to me than just a team. Like, you guys are my people. And when you guys are on my heart, I pray for you guys all the time. And I felt that, I don't know if we were on a power morning, or maybe I don't know. We all are in communication so much, whether it's social media, our thread, wherever it is. And I think you were talking about like the hours, maybe you and Holly were conversing back and forth about something. I don't know. But I was just like, I just really have this strong feeling that I still don't know that Quick Trip is the right fit for Tammy yet. And but you had to take this step to leave dispatch. And so it was part of the process, but I was like, I don't think she's landed at her final destination yet. And I
and
just
that's
like,
what,
I
yeah.
had that
Andy
on my
keeps telling me
heart.
that too. He's like, I said, I feel bad because, they've spent so much time and energy and training me. He goes, but this is what you needed to do to get
Yes.
out of where you were.
Yes.
And and he's like you, he's like, just put it in God's hands. It's whatever's going to happen, going to
Yes.
happen. He goes, he goes, and that's the way it is. And it's, like I said, it's not that I don't like the company, don't like the job,
Yeah.
but yeah, the
Yeah.
inconsistencies and everything else. And, and I saw that opening and I'm like, well, there's a sign. So fingers
Yeah.
crossed and everything else. And yeah,
What
so
time is your
12:30.
12:30? Okay. I'll be
Yeah.
specifically praying at that time.
So,
Okay, yes. I
but
have
thank you.
goosebumps because I literally, it was so heavy on my heart last week. And like, I wasn't wrong. Like, my intuition, you guys, is so strong. It's sometimes scary. I feel like it's my gift though. And then I just pray for people, and it's just, I don't know. That's my calling, I think. Um, so thanks for sharing that, first of all, because that like makes me feel so happy. And also to just know like that, like you do get value from the power mornings. Cause I've been talking with Rock a lot about it this week, and I'm just like, I don't know, like maybe they don't like it anymore. Like I don't know why participation has been super low. I'm like, I get it's the holidays, but like also for me, I guess I'm such a commitment person that once like, and you know, I get this is a hard time of year and people are going through a lot of things, and you know, family members that have been lost, and just there's a lot of stuff that the holidays bring up, and I do get that. But I just wanted to make sure that what I'm doing for you guys is still beneficial, and it's still like, and I'm going to be honest with you. So, I didn't do, um, I didn't do, power morning yesterday, and we were driving home from Naples last night. Same thing, Tammy. I'm like, I didn't do my birthday messages today. So I'm like, I have to today do belated birthday messages, which you guys, I want you to know, if you miss birthdays though, don't just be like, okay, that's it. Belated birthdays are just as good because nobody's messaging them. Actually, Fraser Brooks says not to message anybody on their actual birthday.
I
Only.
feel like I get more response with my
Yep.
belated ones
Yep.
than I do with the actual days.
Yep.
I mean, when I send it out on the day, it's like, you know, are you doing anything special today? No, not really. And that's all I get. But when I do the belated ones, hey, did you do anything fun? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I
Yep.
feel like I get more
Well,
response
and then they kind
from
of give
the
you a
belated
full
ones.
report of like what they
Exactly.
did,
Yep.
you know?
Yep.
And that's another thing, guys. Like I say to send birthday messages, and sometimes I maybe like just assume everybody knows exactly what I mean. And so again, just to reiterate on that, since we're on that topic, it's sending them straight to their messenger so that you're having an actual conversation with them, and then asking them a question like, do you have any plans for today? Or if it's a belated, like, did you have a good day yesterday? Did you, or, you know, were you able to do anything fun? You know, things like that. And again, the point is to build that relationship and to have a conversation with them so that you can converse back and forth, and so that you can have this conversation. But also then Facebook recognizes that in the algorithm that, oh, hey, they're friends, they're communicating. So now I need to show this person all of Tammy's, you know, posts or her live videos or whatever. And so that's going to help you to have people see your content more. And then also sometimes when you start asking questions and you're having that conversation back and forth, if they've been seeing your stuff, that's sometimes that open door for them to be like, you know what, I've actually been meaning to ask you about Thrive, because that does happen, you guys. And then that helps to give that open door opportunity. Um, so, okay. Um, Tiffany was messaging me back about going live. So sorry, guys. I was distracted for a quick second there. Um, okay. So, but anyways, you guys, these are just things that I want you to like think about, you know, moving forward into 2024. And I really want you to, you know, think about what you want your 2024 to look like. If there's somewhere that, you know, you feel like, you know, and I don't say this to sound negative. I don't like to bring a negative condemnation or like make it feel like I'm like shaming anyone. So that is not what this is intended for. So don't take me that way. But like, if there's anything you're not doing that like, you know, you should be, or that, you know, you want to be, you know, make that a goal to get that in, whatever that looks like for you. And push yourself out of your comfort zone in 2024. If, you know, if adding friends or building relationships online or something like that is maybe your weaker point, because I feel like that's a weakness for a lot of us. And I'm just going to call it out, you guys. Like, if we are just talking to the same 500 friends over and over and over and over, and those people don't want to thrive with us, our businesses are not going to grow. I'm just being completely honest. And I know some people don't want their profiles public and they don't want to add friends or make friends, however you want to say it. It's all the same things, you guys, but and this is exactly what Tiffany, as a preview, her and I are going to be going live in the Go Ahead Dream Big page this morning. We're going live about building our network because we both see it as a huge thing that is slowing people's growth down. Because if we're not growing our networks, then we're not talking to more people. And I mean, just like Tammy, like when she got her new job at Quick Trip, look at how many more new people she was talking to because of trainings and new friends at work and all of that. But if we're all still at the same exact job and we're never talking to anyone new and we're never adding new friends on Facebook, I'll use a prime example. I have a new client at work and she's an anesthesiologist wife. I can't say nurse, esthetist, whatever that is. they're like actual formal name. But anyways, I actually think he was the one that did my spinal for my first melanoma surgery, but I just didn't know that at the time or know her. But anyway, long story short, they used to live in Naples, so she gave me all these amazing spots to go to in Naples while we were here, and that's what we did yesterday actually. And but at any rate, you guys, she's a new client, so I have an opportunity at the salon that I have new network always coming through the doors. Not always, because it's not like I'm getting new clients all the time, but on occasion, I have new clientele coming through the doors. So that's another way for me to build my business in that regard. So I have my Thrive gummies sitting up on my station because they're pretty and they're bright colored and so she's staring at them the whole appointment, and finally she goes, okay, can you tell me about these Thrive jars over here? They're just so bright and blah blah blah. So you guys, I was like, tell her about it, and she's like, oh wow, like that's really interesting, blah blah blah. Well, so then she tells me all about Naples. They used to live here before taking the job in Marshfield. I would never have left Naples to move to Marshfield, Wisconsin, but just saying. And so, but at any rate, you guys, I said to her, well, why don't you add me on Facebook? And if you want, I always put all of my adventures and my stories. I would love for you to follow along on my vacation if you're missing Florida. You guys, she did not add me, but because my profile is public, she actually, I don't know if she hit the follow button or what, but she ended up commenting on my story and said, it was about me having the migraine. And she said, I'm praying that your migraine goes away so that you can enjoy your vacation. And I was like, wait, what? Like, and so my point is, you guys, is like when you're talking to new people, be very open about your social media and adding people on Facebook. And obviously we're friends now. And I do think she's interested in Thrive. She hasn't fully, she's asked in the salon, but now that I know she's watching my stories religiously, I'm going to put up today, I'm going to be intentional, and I'm going to offer samples in my story, because then hopefully she's going to click on that wanting a sample. You guys have to know who's watching your stories and know who's interested to make sure that you are taking advantage of these opportunities. And you can talk to one single person in your story. If you know that there's somebody watching your story and that needs Thrive, when you talk in your stories or when you type in your stories, speak directly to that person's pain points so that you can get them to thrive with you. Be intentional with that, you guys. So that is a very huge piece. So whatever it is that you're struggling with right now, or maybe that you're holding yourself back from, I really challenge you in 2024 to step out of that comfort zone and do that. And so many of you have, with the Thrive and Mingles and going live and talking in stories. So many of you have completely overcome that. And you guys, that's huge. but Thrive and Mingles end at the end of this year. So I encourage you. I hope that they feel like there was a really like great, like that it was such a great participation thing that I hope that they do something to roll it out, you know, do something to like kind of keep that going, because you guys, going live is huge. That is going to be a really, really, really big thing to keep people in the game.
Absolutely.
And watching your stuff and hearing your personality and hearing your excitement and remembering to not only to go live about just Thrive, but to go live about, I don't know if this guy is coming to our house or the neighbors. Sorry, I was distracted. But to continue to go live about just your personal life too, because that's how people are going to see your personality and that's how people are going to want to thrive with you. So definitely stay in the game with going live even into the new year, building your network, because that's the only way you're going to talk to more people, but also doing reels and lives is how you're going to reach more people. So those are two really important things moving into the new year.
Can I say something?
Yep.
So I've been doing reels on Instagram, not super consistent, but I have been like the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
But what I've been doing is posting them separately onto Facebook.
Yep.
I will get maybe 40 views on Instagram. I'm
Yep.
getting almost 200 on them on Facebook.
Yep.
And so it's been kind of funny between Andy and I, because all of a sudden I'll be like, all right, let's see where we're at today.
Yep.
A lot of the ones that are related to Thrive aren't getting as many views,
Yep.
but just random ones that I put out with Andy and I, the dogs, chickens, whatever. I have a chicken video that's got over 500 and some views just
Yep.
for putting out a stupid chicken video.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this makes zero sense, because the same video on Instagram is not getting nearly what it got on Facebook. So
Mm-hmm.
every day, well, at least like once a night, I'll put one on Instagram, and then the next day in the afternoon, I'll go drop it on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And it blows up on Facebook. And it's just, it doesn't make any sense. And then stupid algorithms, whatever. But it does work. And I just put one up the other day about, you can make a post and you'll get, a couple views, and then you put it in your stories and you're getting 400. And that is so true, because,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a good relationship with my dad, but they're watching my stories.
Yep.
And so it was not to be a brat, but it was kind of a dig, because every time I go live or I post something in my stories, I see them watching it.
Yep.
And so it was like, yep, I know you're watching me, but you know what? I don't care. You're watching, and that's all that matters. But
Yep.
it's just weird how the different platforms make such a difference with the reels.
It
So
does.
not to squirrel, but if you're not doing it, try
No,
it,
I
see what
agree.
happens, because it pushes it out there so much more, and it's definitely made a difference.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're going to do the work, like, who cares? Like, okay, so you get 40 people on Instagram, but you know what people have said, and this is so true, you guys, is that if it doesn't matter if you have, let's call it 40, and this is kind of going to be a little contrary to what I just said about growing your network and getting in front of more people, right? Because obviously we have to talk to more people if like we want to grow our business, right? I mean, technically we are in sales. And if we're just talking to think about if somebody came in and they bought a car at a car lot dealer, and they bought a car, well, they no longer need a car. And so also on your social media, if somebody has bought vitamins from you, or they're taking somebody else's vitamins, they don't need any other vitamins. But if those are the same exact people that we're talking to every single day, people aren't going to buy a car every single day. And so it's like we have to talk to more people to be able to sell a different car, And so it's like we have to think about that, like in our business, if we're just talking to the same people, or people that are on our social media are already thriving, or they're on our team, like we need to make sure that we're talking to other people so that we can, grow that as well. But also, with the reels and all that, that's the way to reach another demographic of people that we're not normally talking to. And then what do, you guys? If you check your stories and you see that there's random people on your stories, like it'll say like 6 views, but you're not friends with them, or I don't know exactly what it says, but do you guys know what I'm talking about? That's because somebody random on social media was looking at your stories. And that's what we want. And that's why it's so important every single day to make sure that we have sample offers in there. And this is me. I'm terrible. I've been horrible the last couple of weeks of making sure to put offers in there, or making sure you have your link in there. Very clickable things, you guys, so that when those random people are creeping around, they can go and check out your stuff. Sometimes I get a random customer that I have no idea who they are, or even just a new account. But it's because you have to be so diligent on making sure that you put your link out everywhere. Do I always know where that person came from? No, I don't. But when you're have that omnipresence on social media, that's how your business grows without you having to do a lot of work. Because if you're just putting all that stuff out there, eventually it just kind of comes to you and flows to you freely. But what I was going to say is, like, you can have 40,000 followers on Instagram, but that doesn't mean that they're engaged followers. Okay. So that's where you can't get caught up in the metrics and the numbers of that, because you would rather have 400 people on your Instagram that engage and absolutely love who you are and what you're doing than 40,000 people that never engage at all. So followers and views don't always mean anything, because think about if you had a living room local in your living room right now, and you had 40 people come into your house. That's a lot of people. And let's say all of those 40 people are interested in the product that you have. That's a lot of sales. So again, don't ever, like, when you're doing reels or live videos and you feel like, oh, well, only 5 people were on. That's 5 people in your living room that you're talking to. So just remember that. So, and then that's not even what happens on the replay, so that's a lot of people that you're getting in front of. So use the live video and reels as opportunities to be able to reach more people. So whatever it is, I encourage you, again, just to reiterate, step out of your comfort zone, whatever you feel like you could be doing more of, but maybe that you're not. Just make sure to stay on track and do that. And this is for our 90-day run, which obviously you guys are all in anyways. So I'm just going to kind of recap on this. It's week 12 coming up, but obviously, it's Christmas on Sunday, so we're clearly not going to be meeting on Sunday. So I just thought that with the end of the year stuff and everything we're talking about, obviously this ties in for anybody that even isn't in the 90-day run. This is a great thing for everybody to be mindful of. So I want you guys to write out 12 goals that you want to achieve in 2024, but I want you to take it a step further. And if you can send me your goals, because honestly, you guys, when you write it down and then you send it to somebody, it just makes you that much more accountable. And if you don't have 12, then that's fine. But I'm trying to stretch you. I'm trying to stretch your vision, stretch your goals. These can be business goals. They can be personal goals. They can be financial goals. Don't overthink it. Like, whatever comes to your mind, write it down. I want you to write down one word for 2024. This is also super important to think about a word to help you to stay focused and grounded and just moving forward. Mine, I already have thought about. Mine is surrender, and Rox is belief, because wreck can kind of sometimes, feel anxious and nervous. And, sometimes we can allow ourselves to go into that negative space where we don't believe that things are going to happen for us. And so, whatever that is for you, really be mindful of that word and how it relates to you. And then write down things you want to own. This can be material, and it also can be just your mindset, whatever. Like, I want you to really, really, really think about this. And then think about like, who is your idol in business? And then really try to imitate that person. Like, if they are your idol and you love what they do, then really study them and see what they are doing and take it a next step farther and reach out to them and say, okay, what does your day look like and what are you doing? Because that is how you're going to learn where that missing piece might be in your business. You guys, this is where I reached out to Jennifer Welshans. I think, I told you guys this like probably a month or two ago or whatever. And she did a call with me and I was in tears because like she's a 200K millionaire and she is my idol in business and she's really, really freaking good. And she was also in Boss Lee Accelerator and she runs her business like a boss. And I mean, it's overwhelming for me, but I reached out to her and that's when she looked at me and she's like, you're a 40K and you don't even have 5,000 friends. Yet that's your first goal. You need to get more friends on your social media. You need to grow your network. And that was a huge piece of my business that was also missing, that I was not growing my network. And Jesse Lee used to talk about it. Fraser Brooks talks about it in all of his trainings about growing your network. And then I had her from Laval tell me flat out that I did not have enough friends for the goals that I have. She's like, you are not going to grow to 80K with those same friends. Like, you need to start adding more friends to your friends list because that is not going to take you to your next level in business. Where you got right now is with those current friends, but that's not going to take you to that next level. So you guys, sometimes we have to have a look in the mirror and see where those missing pieces might be to help us get to that next level. And reaching out to the person that you idol and look up to, they're never going to tell you like to go pound sand. People are going to help you and they're going to give you the tools and resources that you need if you just ask. And then will you start tracking your daily business IPA so that you can actually track what's moving the needle? So you guys, I've already started to do this. I'm not super consistent. I will tell you that flat out. This week, I haven't tracked anything. I've been mindful of it, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't been writing down my numbers. You guys, if you don't write down your numbers and you don't track what you're doing in business, you have no idea to know what's moving the needle or what's the missing piece, because you're just trying to keep everything in your memory bank. And let's face it, we can't hold all of that information. We are moms, we are wives, we work, we have 900 tabs open every single day. But that's why Laval really did the 5 4 3 2 1 thing. And you guys, to a degree, I want to start adapting that back again into 2024, because I think another missing piece is that we're not tracking our business. And so we don't actually know what we're doing every single day and if we are actually staying focused, or where are the things that if we're not tracking our business, we don't know where we're falling short. So, if you're not tracking, I added 2 friends today. I sent this many messages. I did interactions for either this many interactions or I did interactions for 15 minutes on Facebook today. Okay, but did you do it on Instagram? Nope. Okay, well, that might be why our reels are getting lower views. And I'm not calling you out, Tammy. I'm calling myself out, because Instagram isn't going to push out my reels if I'm never active on Instagram. And that's where I fall short. I'm not active on Instagram. So I too get more real views usually on Facebook because I'm more active on Facebook. So the algorithm likes me more because I'm actually putting an effort there. But again, you guys, if we're not tracking our daily action, we have no idea where we're falling short or where we can improve. So I really encourage you to think about tracking your business into 2024. I need to work on a system. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to track my business or how I'm going to do that. So once I figure out a system that works really well for me, I never bring anything to you guys unless I know it's working for me. So until I figure out what's working for me, I will share that with you. But that is a goal for me in 2024 is to actually track my business and my daily IPAs to know what I'm actually doing and what's working and what isn't. And then think about an accountability partner. Is there an accountability partner that you could team up with your IPAs or your business or whatever that looks like? Somebody that you connect with, somebody that inspires you, somebody that you can like submit your weekly numbers to. And maybe you both talk about what that business is going to look like and you share your goals and this is what I want to do and I just need somebody to send those numbers to every single week. I've also thought about, I don't know if anybody would be interested in this, but I have thought about on Sunday putting up a Sunday post every Sunday in our team page and just doing accountability and asking for people to submit their numbers. And it's not for me. It's literally it's for you guys. It's for the accountability for ourselves. So just like we plug into power mornings, but if we're working and we can't plug into power mornings, maybe if we had to track our business every day, we wouldn't forget to do our birthday messages because at the end of the week, we got to send in our numbers. And again, that's another way to help us all to stay accountable. So these are just things that I've thought about to help us just stay on track. And mostly, you guys, I think of these things because it's for me. It's not calling out you guys. It's not saying because I fall short every single day. Clearly, I just told you guys I didn't do my birthday messages yesterday. So it's not like I'm calling anybody out. This is also for me. But these are things that I want to think about in 2024. You guys, we have done so well this year and we have killed it in business. We've killed it in the lives. We've killed it in our stories. So many of you have taken those comfort levels to that next level, but maybe we need that next level of accountability and to stay on track. And so these are things that I want to think about moving into next year. And I think next Saturday, if people are available, I'll do Saturday or Sunday because I don't know what people's New Year's plans are, and we can do a Zoom earlier in the day on Sunday too. But I'll put a poll up, and I would like to do an end of the year team Zoom, but where we actually like it's very, communicative and everybody is kind of sharing their ideas and kind of the vision for our team and what we maybe need from me or from each other to push us forward into 2024 and hold us accountable. And so things like what I'm just talking about, seeing what we can do to just help us to be even better. Gosh, this writing is so little and I can hardly see. Oh, so I already put that. The grow activity is study your idol in business, ask them what they do daily, and emulate what they're doing. Success leaves clues. Start your new year really writing down your goals, your daily non-negotiables, and if things I think I meant to say aren't moving like you want them, then you need to do something different. Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone to make the needle move? So that is kind of where I will leave you guys with. It's just, it's a lot to think about, but we have so much exciting stuff here, you guys. And so I really just want us to grow together and to help each other out, like with whatever that looks like. And if having an accountability or submitting your numbers every week or whatever that looks like is going to help us be more accountable, then I'm willing to put the extra effort in to do whatever we need to do to help you guys to grow. So does anybody have anything that they want to say or add before we hop off?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a lady that messaged me after my last Thrive and Bingo.
Yeah.
And she goes, I absolutely love watching you do your Thrive and Bingos, because she says, I'm chicken. She is to go live. And I said, that's how you got to grow your business.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, I just can't do it. I said, you have to.
Yeah.
So, and she's like, oh, I just don't want to. I'm like, then you're not going to grow your business.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Have you
love that. And look at how far you've come, Carolyn.
Oh
Like,
my God.
you were
I can't
so
wait to go.
scared to go live initially, and like you have totally stepped out of your comfort zone and you've done it. But do you also notice how many more people have been messaging you ever since you started going live?
Yes, that's how I got my new customers. So yeah, I got like, what did I get? Almost 3 new accounts and 1 ordered. So
Yeah. And
Have you
that's all from going live.
yeah.
Sorry. Have you invited her to go live with you to kind of as a stepping stone?
No, I kind of thought about that though. I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's a
maybe
good
I
way to
should go
start it.
chit chat with her and get
Yeah.
her going on a. I mean, she sells Tupperware, but it's like you got to get somewhere.
But
So
here's the thing, Carolyn. So I'm not suggesting stealing anybody from a company or anything like that.
no, that's
What
fine.
I will tell you is that if you're willing to help her learn and grow, and by reaching out to her and being like, hey, I've really been thinking about this. Like, I would love to go live with you to help you get past that. Like, we can just talk about business. We can talk about network marketing. We can talk about how much it's brought to our lives. And basically, though, what will happen is that's a collaboration. So you're going to tap into her network of people, and then she's going to tap into your network of people. So it will really help both of your businesses. So that's one way that's going to help you grow, because you don't have the same businesses. So there's no conflict of interest. So
Right.
you can support one another by doing that. But also, though, if she's not super passionate about her Tupperware business, because we have no idea where she's at in business, what
Right.
can end up happening is that you will literally, if she sees the support and community from you, and if she's been thinking differently about her company, you never know if it could end up turning into something else down the road. So just keeping those relationships and communication super open and helpful to one another, I think will help both of you grow. So
Okay.
maybe you should reach out to her and just be like, hey, I want to help you step out of your comfort zone. Like, let's do a dual live. We can talk about how network marketing has helped us, or whatever it is that you want to talk about. Like, it doesn't really matter, but talk about anything, and it doesn't have to be a super long live. It can literally even be 5 to 7 minutes, but
Okay.
just helping her to step out of that comfort zone and feel seen is going to make a big difference. And then that's going to help you tap into her network and vice versa. Or you can literally do a dual live, and she can talk about her products and you can talk about your products, and maybe both of you can offer a discount off of your products, and then that's going to go to her community, and then it's going to, vice versa. And you guys could do like a Christmas sale, like a last minute Christmas sale live or something, or a New Year's sale live or something like that. So that's something to think about, but that's amazing because people are seeing what you're doing and they're inspired by you. And so that's just going to continue to grow. So
Okay.
absolutely
Yeah.
love that.
I was excited about that one.
Yeah, you should be. That's super amazing. Okay, does anybody have anything else?
I just want to say I'm so proud of Carolyn jumping out of her comfort zone. I really am.
Yeah.
I really wish we had better internet around here so I could do more lives. I don't mind going live. When I'm in my stories like that, like 30 to 60 seconds, I'm fine. But after that, it just buffers. And it's just irritating to me, where I'm like trying to do a live and all of a sudden it's like, all right, no internet connection. And I'm like, I felt like someday I'm gonna just go down the road and just see if it works that way. Maybe it's my phone, maybe it's
And so are you on Wi-Fi or are you on data?
I've done it both ways.
Both ways? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna see maybe if you turned off your internet just for your live and if that
Right,
helps. I
right,
didn't,
right,
you know.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. I know.
it
Living
is
in the
what it
country,
is.
that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And
You'll have
Loyal doesn't
to
have the best internet,
you'll
so
just have to do your lives in your car from daycare.
You know, I thought of that but it's always dark when I get to work.
I know.
And
I
that's
know.
when it's like, you know, then I thought, well, and
Well,
I've
you have
tried like
deadlines.
turning the light on and stuff. And it's like, I can't do it inside the building because I'll probably get written up.
Right,
But,
right.
you know, whatever. I'm like, that one day there was, someone was in the building, one of the owners, and I'm like, you know what? This kid is driving me nuts. I'm swaddling him and I'm putting him in the swing. If you want to write me up and fire me, go for it. Or you can sit over here and you can listen to this kid all day. Oh no, you're
Mhm.
fine. I'm like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. But yeah.
So yeah, so those are things for you guys to think about. If you write out your goals, I would love to see them. Not as a micromanagement, like I don't want you to take me that way, but just as an accountability and to be able to support you the best way that I can. When I know your guys' goals, then I also write them within my goals so that I can help you guys to stay on track and stay focused and accountable and all of those things. So I'm here for you guys. I just really want to I feel like in 2023, we took our businesses so much farther and stepped out of our comfort zones, going live, doing reels, doing all of these things, you guys, that you were not doing before. So also with this, I want you to really focus and think about where you were before at the beginning of the year and where you are now. Because I also want you to take evaluation on how far you guys have grown, because that's super important, because knowing your growth is also going to help you to stay encouraged to want to do even more in 2024. So it's important to evaluate that as well. So that is what I have for you guys. Tammy, I will be praying for you. And yeah, you're gonna do great. You're gonna kill it. I have no doubts. I totally feel it in my heart. You're gonna get it. I'm not even like, I feel it. So we're just gonna prophesy that you got the job, and we're just gonna thank Jesus for it in advance. So yeah, so make sure that if something good happens,
Tammy, that would be the best Christmas gift ever for you.
literally. So if
Yeah,
you
it
hear
would be.
immediate word today, you better be messaging me.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay, guys, I got some really antsy kids, and stay tuned if you're able to. In like about 15 minutes, Tiff and I are going to be live in the Go Ahead Dream Big page as well. So if you can tune in, that obviously it's going to be like a quick like 10-minute video. So but that is what I have for you guys today, and I appreciate and love you guys all, and I will talk to you guys later. Oh wait,
Bye.
wait,
Have a
picture.
Merry Christmas.
I didn't get a picture. Hang on. Okay, now I got it. Okay,
All right.
bye guys.
Bye. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.